We are now going to be talking about social housing. Pirigesh, I'm going to start with you. Do you think enough is being done?
I think we can all agree, no, not enough's being done. I think the rhetoric and the politics of social housing mean that we've had lots of legislation which have been positive. We've had the Homeless Reduction Act. You know, no one can argue against something like that.
Yeah.
But we're still seeing homelessness increase.
I know.
And also it's the knock-on impact of that. So it's now the councils that have to deliver on that. And yet it appears as if they have less and less to work with. So although the politics seem to work, the actual execution in terms of genuinely putting more social housing out there is what's really failing. I think, you know, as someone in the private sector, what I would like to see is more of a debate as to how the private sector can help, but more importantly, a realization that if the private sector does get involved, yes, that dirty word profit may have to be made, but more importantly, actually, we should celebrate the fact that the private sector can get involved. So in affordable housing, for example, we've seen large pension funds, investment companies actually come in and actually expand the amount of housing. We've seen bonds issued by housing associations backed by private money. These are the types of initiatives that I think we need to explore more, because if we just leave it at the politics, the sad thing is, you know, there's a 250% rise in the use of B&Bs for permanent housing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we can all agree that that's just heartbreaking.
I know.
We need a solution, for me, that solution can only be found by bridging private and public. And what I would finally add is, we have a number of landlords that actually provide social care type housing, but actually it's even a problem for funders. So some funders will shy away from providing funds to allow landlords to buy this stock because it's seen as vulnerable people. And the issue for lenders is that if they were to repossess a house with a vulnerable person, then it looks bad. But actually, we've got to all kind of get beyond that a little bit, and
those
really
vulnerable people, surely that you know, it will be being paid for by the government.
Yeah, absolutely. But so that's why it makes sense in terms of the government actually willing to pay to support these people. But actually, from a private perspective, unless you've just got cash, lenders are weary. I mean, there are some lenders out there, but it's how can we make this more accessible? Because
and you're right. If you need to sort of plunder resources, if the resources are people in the private sector, they're not going to do it just for love, are they? Probably. So they need to have an incentive, some kind of structure must be possible.